Hello, you guys. Welcome to Passion Profit CEOs. Today we're doing a training on forming your business LLC, and I'm super excited to be here. Oh my goodness. I've been off since the last week of May in my business, only helping the clients that I had, and oh my gosh, like I'm so excited to be back to having routine and structure in my business. Like, I've missed it. I've spent the whole summer with my boys and working on back end things in my business, and I'm just so excited to be back. Oh my gosh. Tell me what you've been up to this summer. Let us know what you've done this summer. Did you take off? Did you work through it? What did your business look like this summer? So today we're talking about forming your business LLC, and I'm super excited because, sorry, it's giving me pop-ups. But today I'm super excited to talk to you about forming a business LLC, because whenever you're getting started in business, you're like, do I need an LLC? Do I not need an LLC? When's the right time to form an LLC? There's so many questions, right? And so today we're going to overcome some of those fears and truly help you to understand what you need to be doing in your business to get it started. And we will talk more about the perks of an LLC and what that looks like and why an LLC is important for your business and many different things, okay? So as you're hopping on, say hello, let us know who you are, let us know what kind of business you have. For those of you who don't know me, because I know there are many newbies in this group, my name is Danielle Phelps. I am the CEO and founder of Passion Profit CEO LLC. It keeps throwing pop-ups up, you guys. I'm sorry, and I cannot do two things at once. So I am the founder and creator of Passion Profit CEO LLC. I am the founder and creator of the University of Passion Profits, which helps women to create, launch, and scale their businesses. And at Passion Profit CEO, that's what we're all about. We're all about helping you have the tools, knowledge, and resources available to you to really create that wildly successful business. And so when it comes to online business, things are a little bit different than whenever you're working a traditional business, because, you know, the online world is a world of itself, right? So this group, the Passion Profit CEOs group, is for online businesses who want success strategies to help them to run their wildly successful business. And so that's what we're going to get into today. Today, we're going to be talking about forming your business LLC. And so how many of you here have been thinking about forming a business LLC, but you're just like, I don't know if I actually need this or not, right? You've been looking into a limited liability company, wondering what it's all about and what's important about it, right? And so you're probably sitting in a couple of spots. Either you're just starting out and have absolutely no idea how to get started in business, or you've been in business for a while and you're like, when's the right time to form my LLC? Like, I know that I'm getting close, but when is that right time, right? So let's go get into that, okay? So in this training, we're going to cover, to know when you're ready for an LLC, the perks of having an LLC, and I'm going to teach you the 6 steps that you have to take fully to completely form and file your LLC, okay? So a business LLC, first of all, whenever you're jumping into business, okay, and a sole proprietorship and an LLC are that first level step, right? And so a sole proprietorship, basically, when you think of a sole proprietorship, it's very low risk, and it's literally like, it's just a hobby business, basically, okay, is the way I want you to think of it. A sole proprietorship is where you are your business entity, okay? So you're using your personal name to conduct business. So if you even if you start a business banking account, like, it would be your personal name. It wouldn't be an actual business name, okay? Unless you are getting a DBA, which is a doing business as name, okay? So that's first things first, okay? That's where most people start out as a sole proprietorship because it allows them to just kind of test the waters a little bit and see if it's something that they want or not, okay? But then it goes into an LLC. And an LLC is a legal business entity. And this is where you actually have a legal, legit business in America, okay? So it's where you register with the state that you live in, okay? You register your business with the state that you live in. And it's where you have perks, okay? So this is the good thing about a LLC, limited liability company, is you have perks available to you by forming an actual company, okay? So let's get into what these perks are a little bit, okay? So these perks are personal asset protection and tax benefits, okay? So personal asset protection, we'll get into that, is it's where your personal assets are separate from your business assets. So, for example, you have a home, you have a car, you have savings accounts. All of that is personal stuff, right? And then you have your business, which has its own money, its own vehicles for operating. Well, depending on what kind of business you have, it has its own things, right? And if you want those to be separate and not just all combined together, what happens is you have to have the limited liability company. Okay, whenever you're a sole proprietor, everything is one and the same. Okay, everything that belongs to you is yours. Okay, and so when you have a limited liability company, what happens is you get protection, and that protection allows you to separate your personal from your business in the event that you suffer extreme loss. So I'm talking if somebody sues you, your business goes bankrupt, or you get way in the hole and they start wanting to take money out of your paychecks and different things, because they're allowed to take collateral for your losses in your business, right? And so you could lose your home, your car, your savings account, all those things that you have personally and worked so hard for. So a limited liability company is going to give you protection to keep all of that separate, so all that you can lose is what's in your actual business that you own. Okay? Does that make sense? So how do you know whenever you're going to start your LLC? Well, there's not really a right answer here, but the right answer is when you feel that intuition and calling to start that LLC. There are multiple reasons you might want to start an LLC, okay? The first one is you're just fearful, okay? So starting out, whenever we're starting a business, we can be really fearful, especially if we have this perfectionism about us that we truly want to do it all right and not miss any steps, right? And so this is a good time to start an LLC if that's who you are. If you literally cannot wrap your head around serving anybody else until you are legally set up and truly have all the I's dotted and T's crossed, like that's a good time to start an LLC, because with an LLC, it's not only going to give you more security of that of the protection, but it's also going to give you some business perks that we're going to talk about here in a minute when it comes to tax benefits, okay? So that's a good reason to start an LLC. The second reason to start an LLC would be because you just have a massive abundance mindset, right? And so when we have an abundance mindset and getting started in business, we know we're going to grow something massively huge and impact the masses and truly build a thriving business. And so we think we're going to, we think company, right? We're going to hire a team. We're going to have contractors come in. We're going to have employees and different things as the company grows. This is another great reason to start an LLC, because whenever you have more risk in your business, if you're bringing people into your business, right, on the providership side of things, there are lots of things that you need to be able to have secured and have that security in place, right? Because you never know what other people are going to do. Yes, we want to trust everybody that comes into our lives, but you always can't, right? You hear stories all the time where people hire people and that person starts stealing that person's money, right? it happens sometimes, and you want to have security over all of that stuff, right? Again, that person can make you go bankrupt, and you don't want to lose all your personal stuff because somebody else has harmed you, right? And so there's just so many different aspects to it. But if you have that abundance mindset and you're like, oh my gosh, I want an actual company. I want it to grow big. I want to make 6 figures plus and all the things. Then that's a great time to start an LLC, because it omits that step of you going up the ladder. We talk about offer ladders all the time, right? And in your business, like you have ladders that you're climbing yourself. And so if you want to omit the step of being a sole proprietor for a while, and then things getting really busy in your business and you growing and you're needing to bring in team members and those things, then it would be time to start your LLC. But if you want to omit that step when you're actually busy and things are moving and you're like, oh my gosh, there's so many pieces and everything else, like you can omit that step of having extra work to do by creating your LLC, by forming it in the right when you're getting started, okay? And so the third reason that you would want to create an LLC is when you have hit that point where there is a lot more risk in your business, okay? The money that you're making is a lot more. You're making at least 6 figures or above, okay? And you're really wanting to protect yourself for that reason, because you have all that money coming in and you want to protect it, right? Oftentimes, it's going to relate to the services that you offer as well. So in my husband's business, he has a contracting business. So when he goes to these people's houses, there's a lot that could go on, right? Whenever you're building houses, building barns, building things, and you're actually on people's land and doing lots of things, there's lots of risk involved in that. And so if the more risk you have in your business, the more wise it is to create a limited liability company or a different business entity that's even bigger than a limited liability company, okay? So those are the 3 reasons that you would want to start a business LLC and to know if it's the right time for you. So another perk of having an LLC is the tax benefits. So as a sole proprietor, what happens is you are taxed with everything. All the income that you make, okay, is taxed just as if you were an employee, basically. All the income that you make is taxed on your name with your social security number, okay? When you have an LLC, okay, depending on the type you have, because there are multiple types of LLCs that you can choose from. So this goes back to, in the Entrepreneur Startup Guide, I request that you talk to an accountant before starting your business, because it really helps you to be clear on what kind of structure that you do want to form when you're getting started in business, and to assess that risk that you have in your business. And that's why you need to talk to that not only that accountant, but also a lawyer. Get those consults. Those consults are initially free, right? Make sure you get those free consults and take advantage of those, and just get some guided information on your business, because whenever you're setting up your LLC, you can go multiple ways, okay? A single member LLC is where you're a disregarded entity and you're still taxed as a sole proprietor, but your stuff is still separate, okay? It's still taxed on your social security number, but it's taxed on a different tax form, to where they also use your employer identification number, okay? We're going to talk about that in a minute. And then you can also have an LLC with a multi-member partnership, okay? So this is where you actually have a partner in business, or multiple partners in business, and you guys are all taxed equally between you, okay? Depending on what's in your operating agreement. Again, we're gonna cover these terms in a minute so that you know what they are. But there is tax benefits to having an LLC, and it's the fact that you can take off more, okay? You have more expenses and different things that you can take off, because there are tax perks, okay, to having an LLC. And then, pass-through taxation, okay? This is when you have that multi-member partnership, okay? All the parties involved get taxed through pass-through taxation. And that is when 100% goes to the single members in the partnership. It's where you are based on a percent noted in that operating agreement. So you're taxed according on the percent that you have noted in the operating agreement for what you're responsible for in that business, okay? So most of you in here are just sole proprietors, and you're not going to have to worry about that because you're not working with any partners or anything like that. So that's something that comes later if you bring on more people into your company and they're actually partners in your company, where they're receiving so much of the revenue that comes in and they're responsible for so much of the investment going into the business, okay? So when you're forming your LLC, there are 6 steps that are crucial to having everything you need to form and file your business LLC. The first one is stating your state business filing entity, okay? This is where you literally go to your state's website and you register the name of your business LLC. This is what legit makes you an actual company, because you have a business name that you're registering and it will have LLC at the very end of it, okay? Unless you get a DBA again, okay? You can do this as a sole proprietor. You can get a DBA, but unless you get a DBA, then you can take that LLC off the end, okay? So, for example, my company is Passion Profit CEO LLC. If I wanted to promote myself and stuff as just Passion Profit CEO, I would have to get a doing business as name, okay? Does that make sense? The next step is you have to select a registered agent. A registered agent is going to be the person who receives all the correspondence, the legal correspondence and things to your business. So you can make this as yourself, you can make it as your spouse, you can make it as a company that does registered agency, okay? So I'll talk more about this in a second in the ways that you can register your business. But if you go through like LegalZoom or a company like that, they actually have registered agency services where you can hire them to be your registered agent, okay? And then after you've selected your registered agent, what you want to do is you want to register your EIN. This is your employer identification number. And what this EIN does is it's the identification to associate things with your business versus your social security number, okay? So it's basically the social security number of your business. It helps the two to be separate, your personal and your business, okay? And so you want to be sure and get an EIN once you've started your LLC. Then you're going to want to be sure and get your articles of organization. This is the legal document saying that you formed your LLC and it talks about your business. This is the thing that actually gives you, this and the operating agreement are the 2 things that give you more structure in your business to know how to operate your business, okay? And then we have that operating agreement that I talked about a little bit ago. That is where it literally goes into every person who is in your company, okay, when it comes to partners and things like that, members, managers, and different things, your registered agent. That operating agreement gives you that structure to know exactly what is required of you in your business. It goes into really a lot of detail. It's usually about 6 or 7 or more pages long, your operating agreement is. And it's very important. It's a legal document stating how your business is to be ran and managed, okay? And then you have to register for your state tax filing, okay? Just because you go to your state's website and file for a business LLC, it does not mean that you're set up for tax filing and to get taxes taken out like they're supposed to. And this is very important in your business, okay? And so after you have went to your state website and filed your business, what you want to do is once that is approved and you get everything in the mail that you need, you're going to have to register for your state filing. So this is the time where you would speak with your accountant, have them help you set that up, or you can literally go to your state's website, log in, and you can physically, this is what I did in my business. I called them and they walked me through every question, every terminology that I had no idea what they were talking about, because it's pretty in depth. It's a pretty good questionnaire type thing that you have to fill out. But I literally got them on the phone and they walked me through it step by step, every single question, until I was completely done. Okay. And you have to make sure that you put that in the computer and system so that the government knows how to tax you. And that goes back to, are they taxing you as a sole proprietor where you're a single member entity, or are they taxing you as a partnership so that way each person gets so much of the taxation, right? And so it's important that you fill that out. So what we suggest here at Passion Profit CEO is, if you're getting started in business and you have no idea, okay, you have no idea, we highly suggest that you register your LLC with two different options, okay? The first one is to go to a local business law office and have them do it for you, okay? This is how my husband and I started his general contracting business. We literally, he was an employee and I was a stay-at-home mom. I was in a third-party marketing company. I was doing business for myself, but it was as a sole proprietor. So we really didn't know how to legitly start a business, okay? And so we wound up, I went through social media, started asking, different questions and things about starting a business, and started looking into it and researching articles and different things. And then I came across a local woman who lives in our county who works at a law office in the next county over. And we literally just started asking her questions and things, and she guided us through that process. And what happened is we wound up going into that local business law office. She got us all set up and got everything taken care of and made sure that we got everything we needed. This is how we learned the process of all those 6 things that you have to have in forming your business LLC. Is she literally guided us through every single step of it while doing it for us, okay? And with this, though, the downfall to this, the con to this is it's expensive, okay? So I don't know where you're at in your business, if you've got money in savings that you're willing to invest into starting your business, or if you are just like we were and absolutely frugal and like, oh my gosh, not even living paycheck to paycheck, but we were figuring it out and we were making it happen because we knew it would give us a better life. Like we were like, when she told us the price, we both kind of just, because when you're in a frugal spot like that, you're like, but it costed us nearly $700. And I'm going to tell you these numbers so that you have a better idea of what is best for you if you are wanting to start your LLC. And so we spent nearly $700. So be sure to shop around, okay? We didn't. We just went with that first person. And luckily, she was very wise and helped us so much through the process. But again, we just didn't even shop around. We didn't try to figure it out on our own. We're just like, yeah, go for it. Do it for us. Help us. We were just excited to get it going, right? And so we spent almost $700 on that. She formed, filed, and drew up all the right documents that we needed, and helped us to understand everything that was going on in our business, help us to understand what our roles were in our business and different things. And so it was a wonderful process. Okay. I'm not against it at all if you have the investment to go that route. Now, the second option that we recommend here is to go through a platform like LegalZoom. And there are many platforms out there, but I recommend LegalZoom because it's the platform that I have used and I absolutely loved it, okay? So it allowed you to have a hassle-free process of forming your business LLC. And like they literally take you step by step. They ask you a question. It's kind of like a questionnaire, and you just go in and they ask you questions and you can select the answer that is what your answer is. And then and it just goes step by step like that until you're completely done. And it even asks you questions about, your monetary place of where you are, because they have different options of things that you can pay. But I want to let you know, when you're doing this, if you are doing it only based on the the price at hand that you're willing to invest, you might not get all 6 steps completed at which you have to have for your LLC, okay? So I just want to put that out there. If you go with the lower priced options, you're not going to have everything that you need, okay? So you would still have to obtain those other things, okay? And make sure that those steps are completed. But what I loved about LegalZoom is they give you a free trial to their platform. They literally make sure that you have everything that you need legal document wise to keep you protected and that your business function properly. Of course, it is something that you have to put your credit card information in for, and after 30 days, they will charge you. So be sure to cancel before that time is up, okay? And if you go at this route independently, do your research, know your terminology, know exactly what it is that you want in your business, how you want to be taxed, and all those things, who your registered agent is going to be, and be sure you know what steps that you have to take. Be sure to use our guide. Be sure to go through that list of the 6 steps that you have to take and check those off as you go, okay, so that your business is fully protected. And so with me, that I went the LegalZoom route, and it was such a hassle-free process. We loved it. It was so easy to use. There was hiccups in my registered agent. It wasn't going through like it was supposed to, and so they literally called me. We got it worked out. Very easy, very simple. They did all the work, and it was so easy. And with that, I spent about $317, but I did go with the highest option just for the simple fact that I wanted everything. I wanted them to do everything for me. I didn't want to have any part of doing any of it because I was already running my business. I'd already been running my business for 2 years, and I really just wanted to focus on the back end of my business and serving my clients and all those things and being able to do what I needed to do in my business, okay? And that's what I got. That is the exact service I got. I cannot complain at all. It's been so wonderful. And even after they registered my business and things, they came back and they make sure that you're getting everything going the way that it needs to go. So here at Passion Profit CEO, we are here to answer your questions. If you need anything or have questions, let us know. We will guide you and help you out, help you understand the terminology and different things that you need. And if you're like getting on the LegalZoom platform and you're like, I don't know what to do, let us know. We'll do a virtual consult with you, walk you through it right there as you're doing it so that you know everything that you need to do, okay? If you have any questions, let us know in the comments. We'll get back with you. Feel free to message us or email us at support@passionprofitceo.com, and we will be happy to help you. All right, guys, have a great week.